Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start this off by saying protect hip hop culture. I got the new green on, you know what I mean? Shout out to Rap Latte. I call it the Mr. Green Green because he was the first person who rocked this. But anyway, besides that, link in the pin comment. Go grab and send a personal thank you for this. Everybody grab in the next 4 days. J. Cole is one of the greatest lyricists we of our modern era. One of the best people to put pen to paper. J. Cole's in the big three, no matter how you feel about him. That's kind of the point of the big three. It's like the people who impacted the culture, whether you like them or not. Now, I say all that, right? But I gotta say this. What does this man stand for? Because it's starting to get out of control. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna listen to J. Cole bigging up Kanye West, showing love to Kanye West, and I'm gonna tell you why this is worse than the apology.
They said I needed some shit called a hit record. I ain't never even thought about that shit before. Like, I was stressing the fuck out, but even in your most stressful times, all you gotta do is just leave the door cracked for God. That's all he needs is a little bit of space and he can slide right in there. And it was one day I was in a hotel and I had the fucking door cracked. Thank God I had the door cracked. I was listening to the song. I know niggas feel a way about him right now. But I got love for him and I really appreciate him.
Now, I'm gonna stop that right there. Who he's talking about is Kanye West, if you didn't know. And he's talking about, let me read this right here. We could ISO cam it for a second. So you're, okay, yeah, so he's talking about Kanye West, the workout, him clearing the sample. Now, let me explain something to you guys. Something that actually really, really upsets me and annoys me. It's the constant and the always backtracking of J. Cole. Essentially, what J. Cole's doing right here is saying that he still got love for Kanye. I got love for Kanye because he cleared samples for him. Kanye is in the middle of being a full-blown Yahtzee. Can't really say it. Kanye is quite literally 100 times worse than he was when J. Cole dropped False Prophets. And as for what J. Cole is supposed to stand for in his music and things that he says, this is insane. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to still listen to J. Cole music. But this man is getting to the point where his fear of confrontation is starting to just make it where it's no longer like people, because people go to, oh, he's just protecting his peace. It's just that Kanye has. What are you talking about? I don't like covering Kanye. If you guys have noticed, I haven't done the Kendrick, the academics interview with him, Acadiddy interview with him. I ain't talk about what he was wearing, any of his albums, because it's gone past a lot of stuff for me. I'm gonna keep it real, and this is where the OVO stands are gonna clip this part. Y'all can do it. I'm gonna keep it tall. As somebody who is not a fan of how Drake is moving, y'all let Kanye get away with things that if Drake tried, y'all would need his head on a stake. I'm gonna keep it tall. With the things that Kanye West has been saying, spewing, with the people Kanye West has been empowering, by the people Kanye West has been linking himself to, I don't care how good his music is. First of all, his music hasn't been good for a while. I'm starting to realize people's need to be entertained will always trump their need to have some sort of morals or whatever. And people will have morals for some people, but then not for the others. This is insanity. This is insanity. People will rightfully, once Drake did the lawsuit stuff, I was like, oh yeah, this dude in hip hop, he's going against hip hop. That's bad. But let's keep it real, right? And I'm always push the line for hip hop. Anybody who's against artistic expression is an enemy of the state of hip hop. But I'm gonna keep it real. Ask yourself, I ask myself as a black man, right? What would have the ultimate worst case scenario? What would be worse for me? If everybody agreed with how Drake thinks about battles and it's hard for people to do battle raps, that would suck. That would take out a part of me. But if everybody was talking like Kanye and believed the stuff that Kanye's saying, that directly messes with my safety. With my families, with my nah. I don't care. And here I gotta bring up some things too, because some people be like, well, no, cause Drake got a weird case. Drake has some weird accusations. Drake had. Let's pull this up here. Hold on, I got a few things. Hold on. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this. I just want to talk about the man that J. Cole is getting on stage and showing love for. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this right here. Huh? This happened, this article was in 2024. So Kanye also has weird accusations, Kanye, that people don't talk about, and that there'll be people who will destroy Drake. And I'm not saying, yeah, you if you believe that what this saying is true, but then you gotta speak on this too. Or is this gonna be thrown away because of mental health too? Is that okay because of mental health? And then here's another thing about the J. Cole lyric. Here's the thing about let's pull up the false prophet lyrics, because this is just like my problem with J. Cole's apology. He is a habitual fence rider to the point where it's just like his fear of confrontation makes it where he no longer can be like a powerful person because you never believe the things you say anyway, bro. So here's the thing that kills me the most about him now getting on that stage and showing love to Kanye. I really wish J. Cole would just stop getting on stage and making these speeches. Let's go back to False Prophets. That's about Kanye West. I want to highlight a specific stanza here. All right. Okay. There was a time when this N-word was my hero. Maybe the reason why his fall from grace is so hard to take. Because I believed him when he said his ish was pure and the type of N-word, swear he real, but all around him's fake. Pay attention. The women, the D-Riders, the yes men. Nobody with the balls to say something to contest him. Into the person that he truly was a long time ago is starting to show, damn, I wonder what happened. What was that? The women, the type of N-word swear he real, but all around him is fake. The women, the D-Riders, the yes men. Ladies and gentlemen, J. Cole, when he put out False Prophets, all of this stuff that he's saying is 100% true, 100% on point in False Prophets. Here's the thing that's absolutely crazy. You just said this on False Prophets because he was saying he was a god and he was acting weird, right? Kanye West is a million times a worse human being than he was on this. This applies more now than when J. Cole said it. So I don't want to hear this, well, maybe time changed. Maybe he's seeing the mental health. You are quite literally being a yes man by getting on stage. Like, I know a lot of people mad at him, but I love Kanye. He cleared samples for me. And here's another thing that really hurt, really, and I'm going to be all the way honest, actually hurt me as a Jay-Z fan and as a J. Cole fan. This is the person J. Cole got on stage and said he showed love for. This is the person speaking about Jay-Z's kids. Jay-Z is the man that changed J. Cole's life. J. Cole used to wear a Produce for Jay-Z or Die Trying a shirt and stand outside in the rain waiting for Jay-Z to come out for his chance. Jay-Z gave him that chance, and this is the person that you got on stage and showed love for. Wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They are the R word. This is the man that signed, no, like literally, and that's why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having R-word children is a choice. If Twitter take my R-word post down, then so be it. But I need y'all to know Jay-Z nor nobody have no power over me. He's talking about children, but he cleared your samples though, right? I've always felt like if I was Jay, I'd feel a type. Like I said, when it comes to music, Cole is prolific, right? Cole is prolific. But as a person, gang, as a person, I I don't know what he stands for. And at a certain point, like that however you feel about Cole, you have the right to feel about Cole. But me as somebody with kids, as a black man in America, as all this stuff, it comes to a certain point where I once you start saying certain things and doing something, siding on certain sides, I can't side with you, right? I just can't. Like, I listen to your music. One thing I've learned between the apology of J. Cole and between J. Cole coming up here and showing love to a literal Yahtzee with an N instead of a Y. A Yazzie with a N instead of a Y. The reason why is because I have to just listen to J. Cole's music. Like, the person who's rapping is not the actual person. Cole and Jermaine are not the same person. They're not the same person. In fact, it's almost to the point where I can no longer believe the things that he says in his music he actually stands for or believes, because that is absolutely positively crazy to me. Absolutely positively crazy to me. J. Cole has had this problem where he's just a people pleaser to the point of you cannot, and I don't care how mad if you're a J. Cole stan, I don't care. You just have a rule of thumb to all the young people out there, even the older people who've ever got this lesson. You cannot trust somebody who's constantly trying to be on everybody's good side. Because in order for you to actually make a change, a stance, or something different in this world, there's gonna be people who are gonna be upset with you, and you're gonna have to embrace that and not make everybody love you. What did Kendrick say? Everybody ain't gotta love you, or something like that. And there's gonna be some people who don't care as much to this, but like that Kanye stuff is I don't play this at all. I don't see how people now with the PDF stuff with Drake, if you fully believe that he's a literal predator, I can see that. But at the same time, I mean, someone's got to question why we don't talk about this. Let this have been 6ix9ine. I don't like any of 6ix9ine. Let this have been Drake. Let this exact article as an accusation drop about Drake tomorrow. Okay, so let's get to the rest of this.
He cleared all these fucking samples for me, and you know what I mean? And when that door cracked, I heard some shit that I had heard for a long time. I had been hearing this shit, but I heard it differently that day. It was like,
Bro,
imagine I'm in the bathroom, but I had the laptop.
At a certain part of that, man, just go and give us the fall off, bro. At this point, in order for me to enjoy J. Cole, I gotta look at his like raps as like fiction. He could say the most powerful thing, and I'll be like, yeah, but I don't know if he believes it. There's a difference where your belief of what you're saying actually hits better, and that's why, to me, even Drake or Kendrick, at least when they say something, I can at least go, well, I believe they believe that. I believe Drake thinks Joe Budden is a de-esser, even if I think he's soft and a Karen for suing for dissing people and then dissing people. Well, at least I could truly feel like if Joe Budden was in front of him or he's gone at Joe Budden on the internet, he will still hold that line. I believe J. Cole will call someone a de-esser one day, and the next day see them niggas at a party be like, bro, hey man, I was tripping. That's just
in the hotel room on the bed.
And there's gonna be people in the comment section making excuses for this. There's no excuse for that, especially with the Jay-Z part, bro. Like,
and I heard this shit coming from the other room.
Well, I hope not, because on this one, I need y'all to give me a...
That's the workout. Okay, then he found the workout sample. Yeah, so this is worse than the apology to me. It's worse than the apology to me. Y'all could, like, at this point, anybody who's, like, pro Kanye West or showing love to Kanye West is just showing love to a Yahtzee on stage. And I'm perfectly fine staying on the if you support Yahtzees for any reason, because people could be like, there's mental health. Well, people also said Hitler had mental health issues. And guess what? If I saw him, if there was a possibility to see him today and I had the chance, I'm slamming him on his neck. And you could be like, but he has mental health issues. Well, go to the hospital and then the psychiatrics. Oh, you mean? That's not going to change me. And I'm perfectly fine staying on that side. So it is what it is. I'm going to still rock with Cole. Musically, but this is lame.